Hello, this is Sibyl Harmony, Oracle, Medium, Psychic, and Healer. And this is a video about how to meditate. First of all, why would you want to meditate? There's been studies shown when people meditate in a town or a city, the crime rate will go down, which is amazing. When you shift your vibration to more peace and you're more connected with yourself, you're helping shift the vibration of the planet, of your family, your community, your friends, everyone you come in contact with. So it's more like taking charge. It's not controlling people, but taking charge of your own energy and your own path to benefit others. Ultimately, to benefit yourself. Either way, it works. So that's one of the reasons. You improve brain function. So most people are smart. They have degrees. They know percentages, surveys and scientific study. So that's a very good quality to have smart. The quality of clever is getting over on others. You con them, you trick them, you're clever. Haha. So meditation is neither one of those. Meditation is the highest vibration of wisdom. So it's intelligence. It actually helps when you meditate to reconnect neurotransmitters in your brain, to form different energies, crystalline liquids in your brain, which improves your intelligence and shifts to higher mind, which is pretty amazing. So it retards the aging process or even reverses it. So people who meditate tend to have less wrinkles. They have more vitality, depending upon, of course, what they do the rest of their life. If they've trashed themselves and then they start meditating, it still will give you an improvement. And most, even doctors know, healers know, that stress is a major cause of most illness. So meditation reduces stress. It reduces blood pressure. It can help with a myriad of health issues by reducing stress and being more connected to the self, bringing inner peace, clarity, balance. It also can help you improve your intuition. Psychic abilities will be improved. Hearing spirit, seeing spirit, if that's where you are. Some people just want to really rest and relax. They don't want to connect with that. Well, it benefits us all to be in touch with our intuition, to be emotionally intelligent as well. So it helps you balance your emotions, overeating, acting out in different ways, calming, anger. Never meditate. Ooh, my light's doing weird stuff here. Never meditate in a car, of course, but there are different kinds of meditations that you can do. But it is the pathway to inner peace and awakening. There are other foundations that you can have. Your spiritual path, your life can improve your life. One is the foundation of prayer. So I know people who pray for hours a day, get up in the middle of the night and do prayer for the world and others and themselves. And this is also a powerful way to make a foundation. That would probably be number 2 in the ways to grow spiritually and develop yourself, is through a foundation of prayer. Even if it's for 20 minutes of prayer or 10 minutes of prayer or just saying a morning prayer, or going through your day and saying prayers. It doesn't have to be 2 hours of prayer, but that's another way to build a foundation, is through prayer. There are also other things that are meditative-like. So meditative-like practice can be walking in nature. I did that. Walking in nature, you're breathing in the oxygen. If you breathe in through your nose, and then out through your nose or your mouth, all the way in your belly, you relax your body. If you're going in your chest with your mouth open, that's fight or flight. So that's not a good idea. It might be good for your workout if you don't have high blood pressure and if you're feeling okay, because it can cause fight or flight. But breathing in a relaxed belly breathing, walking in nature with your arms and legs moving in unison, it clears the mind. Being around nature, trees and plants, you'll get the negative ions that are so healthy. And if you have earthing shoes, even better, you'll really be connecting with the earth. So getting grounded. So that's a beautiful way. If you start a walking meditation, just paying attention to your breath and looking at nature, or you can go and ask a question. What about this? What should I do in this? And get an answer. Because you're breathing in that oxygen, you're connecting with your higher self or source. And if you're asking, you always receive guidance. It's just a matter of paying attention, and walking meditation is a great way to do that, connecting with nature. And sometimes people feel like they need to be moving. When I first started meditating, it was hard for me to sit still for 5 minutes, and my mind was going. So having the body moving was a really good way for me to shift into a meditation practice eventually. Also, yoga is a meditative-like practice. So yoga biochemically will balance you. It'll open your chakras, the energy centers in your body. And it usually has a traditional little meditation breath or something at the end. But yoga is a meditative-like practice. Some people, yogis, do yoga. They also incorporate, like I said, the meditation in there. And then you could have a terminal illness, life-threatening illness. That is a way to bring you into the present moment and hopefully open your heart, not get into fear, but get you really grateful and in the moment of where you are doing, how can I use the rest of my time to the best of my ability? Or a near-death experience. If you've heard stories or talked to people who have died and come back, their hearts open, they see everything differently, they understand more why we are here, and they've had a awakening of consciousness. So these are other ways to be, have your spiritual path awaken, they used to call it enlightenment, and fulfill your purpose here, connect with yourself. Also, their energy, running energy is not traditional meditation, but works very well to heal the body and connect you with spirit and open up abilities and chakras. So these guided meditations, going to the Akashic records, going to healing places, all these are meditative-like practices, but they're not traditional meditation. But they can be very beneficial and healing. And I know people who only do that, who have evolved quite a bit as they do their guided meditations. So that's fine. And then there's chanting. So chanting is a way of connecting spiritually, kind of between prayer and meditation, because it can get you in a little bit of a trance state. But when you're saying the same thing over and over, or certain words, spiritual words, you're clearing energy. It's like you're erasing the negative that was there, and that opens you up to connect with your guides or higher wisdom or knowledge. So chanting, another beautiful way to connect spiritually and grow. So when would you want to meditate, and how long would you meditate? So sometimes people can start for 5 minutes, just as a way of calming down. 5 minutes, 15 minutes. Traditionally, I would say start with 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening. You want to keep doing it repetitiously, because when you meditate sporadically, you're not really going to get the benefits. You will get some benefits here and there, but you won't really get the long-term benefits that meditation provides. But doing 20 minutes twice a day will. I like to do it first thing in the morning. I like to do it in bed. I prop myself up with pillows because it's best done sitting up. If you meditate lying down, there's a good chance that you'll fall back asleep and you won't remember anything, which may be that you needed sleep. But my bed is nice and comfy, especially in the winter. I have silk covers and stuff, so I like to stay in there and meditate. I just prop myself up. But if I don't do it first thing in the morning, the phone starts to ring, emails, life happens, and then all of a sudden in the middle of the day or the day's over and oops, I forgot to meditate. So I like to set the energy at the beginning of the day to guide me through my day, being connected and clear. Because when you meditate, you may or may not receive messages during your meditation. You may just become really relaxed, and then after your meditation, you'll get ideas, thoughts will come to you. It'll change the way that you think and the way that you feel. And that inner wisdom, that presence that you connect with is still really a lot more with you as you go through your day, which is really nice. So you can meditate for, 40 days. Eckhart Tolle meditated for I think 2 years on a park bench. I'm sure he took breaks. Buddha meditated under a tree for 40 days and 40 nights and said, I am awake. That's not really practical in our daily life, and it may take longer than that, depending on the person. We all come in with our own energies and issues that we're dealing with. Steve Jobs meditated and then had all these amazing ideas. So many saints and many masters have meditated for much more than 20 minutes a day. If you want to do something spiritual, you really want to get tuned in and connected, I would suggest longer meditations. But 20 minutes a day is fine to start, twice a day. Sometimes I do like an hour or 40 minutes in the morning. That way, in the evening, I just do a little clean out, letting go of the day and giving thanks and gratitude. And that's if I have a busy day, and the morning time is better for me. So it can work in your schedule. You also might not want to meditate after 6 o'clock at night because it will keep you awake. So 20 minutes of meditation is like 2 hours of sleep. So if you don't mind being up till midnight, sure, meditate after 6. I don't want to be up after midnight, so I don't meditate after 6. I'm done at about 6:20 or 6:30, I'm done. So I try to make sure I do that. And sometimes I've been able to do it after that, but it kind of keeps me up at least for a couple hours. Then if you wake up in the middle of the night and you want to go back to sleep, you can meditate after 2 a.m. and go back to sleep. And it'll give you that 20 minutes, will give you 2 extra hours of, or more, depending on how long you meditate, of rest. If you meditate before 2 a.m., it will probably keep you awake. So I wouldn't do that unless you want to have a 2-hour meditation, because you can't sleep anyway from 12 to 2, and then you'll probably fall back asleep. But it usually doesn't happen till 2 o'clock. That's been my experience. So you can also have a timer on your phone, or you can look at a clock, but I would only open one eye because you want to stay in that trance state, not jumping in and out of, states. Because when you're meditating, sleep would be the delta. So beta and theta are more of a meditative state, and then we have waking state. So you're in a very relaxed state when you're meditating. And that's what's so restorative. That's where the work is being done. So you don't want to be opening your eyes or jumping around or answer a phone call in the middle of your meditation or be interrupted. Which brings me to noise levels. I had a teacher that said you can meditate if a train's driving through the room. You can. You can ask people to keep it down. If you're in a public place, you can meditate there. So now we're going into where to meditate. If you meditate in a public place and you ask people, oh, could you keep it down for 20 minutes, please? I'm just trying to do a meditation. Usually people will agree to do that. Maybe not. And so that's part of the practice of just having loving kindness and acceptance of, that's just the way it is. Then it's nothing personal. That's just what they're doing. It's nothing about you. So you can create an altar at home, a sacred space. Wherever you meditate, it'll have like your energy signature. Just like anything you do in a home or a building, it will start to have your vibration of energy and change the vibration of the house, maybe even the block or the neighborhood. That's really cool. You can create a little altar. You can light a candle. Make sure to blow it out when you're done, not leave it alone. Or put crystals or a statue or a picture of your guides. So bringing in flowers. I love to bring in fresh cut flowers. Meditating around bodies of water will improve your psychic abilities. Meditating outside will really boost your meditation up because the negative ions, the connection with the earth. If you lay and meditate on the earth for 20 minutes, your energy will just come back if you're tired. So breathing and laying on the earth or taking your shoes off weather permitting, or leaning on trees. Meditating with trees is an amazing healing experience. They have a kind of pulsing energy. There's a spirit in the tree. I think I did a nature walk video months ago. But so most people are going to be meditating in your house because of weather. I like to get a blanket and put it around my digestive organs and my kidneys because you want to keep that warm for digestive reasons and health. But you may start to feel a little cool as your body starts to slow down. And certainly, get comfortable. You can move to get comfortable. But I would put up a do not disturb sign. And like we said, take your phone off the hook or turn it on silent or whatever you do. And put the kids, have the kids go play in the yard or put on a movie. So you can have your relationship with your higher self. And so how to meditate, we talked about all the other meditative-like practices. So most people do a mantra meditation, or people just tune into the breath and their presence. So a mantra meditation, my story is I paid a lot of money to somebody who gave me a mantra, and the mantra was it was like these words that were contacting this deity that I didn't really feel connected with, but they said to do that, so I did. After a while, the deity started to talk to me and say, "Oh, why are you bothering me?" And I was like, "Yikes, sorry, what do you want?" And I was like, "Oh, sorry." So I changed the mantra to a deity that I felt more connected with. I'm non-denominational. I don't think, you need to be here or there. It's what you're comfortable with. All roads, same path. My mother's house has many rooms, so everyone should feel comfortable to connect with the deities that feel more comfortable in alignment with your beliefs and you, or you may want to just connect with higher self or a consciousness of love or God or whatever that is for you. To me, God is a woman, so I don't have a problem saying that. But if you feel, I also am very connected to Jesus and Mary, so okay. So saying your mantra, you can, I give people mantras in sessions, or you can say Om. And Om is connecting with the all source creator. So you can just Om, Om. Taking a breath, so it's nice and slow, not Om, Om. You want it nice and slow and relaxing. You can also say Om Mani Padme Hum. So Mani Padme Hum, I'll try to put that in the details of this video. I will. So the spelling of that. And that is all the elements: fire, wood, water, earth, metal. All the elements that you need to manifest and to create health in your body. Om Mani Padme Hum. Okay. You can also say, I am surrounded by the divine light and love. Thank you. I am surrounded and binded and protected by divine light and love. So something like that. Or I am love. I am love. Okay. So those can all be mantras that you can use in your meditation. And or you can use breath. So with the breath, you just close your eyes and breathing in through your nose, down into the belly, and just come back to your breath. Now with the mantra or the breath, your mind will wander. Thoughts will come in of the grocery list or the person you forgot to call or the issue you're dealing with. And when that happens, because it will, it's just, you can use that as, oh, I wandered off, and then just gently bring yourself back to your breath or to your mantra. So that, just know that that will happen, that mind chatter and other things. And no thoughts, like Eckhart Tolle says, don't let any thoughts make you think they're more important than having your relationship with presence and with your meditation practice. Okay, so I'm going to do a part 2 at some point, which is just, you push the button and meditate, which I see a lot on YouTube. It's just meditate. But this, I wanted to explain why and how to meditate and all the benefits. So, and one more thing I want to say is that when I started meditating, I didn't think it was working if huge, giant, things, the sea was turning red and parting, and guides were coming in and talking to me, and I was getting revelations. And what I realized is that sometimes our bodies just need to relax and rest. Sometimes we just need peace. So I realized I was doing it right. When it is time for something to happen or you to know something, it will reveal itself to you. Then your guides will show you, because it's time and not before. So we don't need to try to make it be something or think that it's not good enough, or we're not doing it right, or we should be having, major revelations of, awakening. So you may anyway in this energy. This is 2020 in a few days. So, but you may also, one lady said she used to vibrate just on the inside. That's an energy release. That's your body releasing stress For me, if I wasn't leaning against something, if you lean against something, you can fall asleep. But if you want to stay awake, don't let your head lean on something. You can let the bottom of your back lean on a chair. But for me, what would happen was my body would start to rock like this. If I wasn't leaning anything, if I was leaning on something, then it wouldn't happen. But if I wasn't, my body was rocking like this. And so what was happening, I realized, is that my body was releasing years and years of stress and tension was coming out. Because that's what's happening. Your body is letting go of all that heavy energy and and becoming lighter, becoming more in the 5th, 6th, and higher dimensions. We are leaving the heavy 3rd dimensional energy that most of the planet is still in, but a lot aren't. But we are awakening to this higher vibration. So your body will start to cleanse. You may feel like eating a lighter diet or less junk food. You may feel more peaceful. You may have emotions may come up. The very first time that I meditated, I just had so much grief. All the tears I never cried. All the things I hadn't felt. And we all have our hearts broken here. That's part of being here. And so remember, your heart is breaking open to more light and more love. And that's how we grow up spiritually. That's how we heal. And then we can be of service to others. So I'm really glad I could do this, give you this gift. Please like and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading, I'm SibylHarmony.com, spelled SIBYL, harmony.com. And I'll try to leave that in the little notes as well. If you have any questions about meditation, feel free to ask me as well. May you be healed, because in truth, you already are.